designed to make it easy and pleasant for people to travel. When you count our system freight cars, you will reach a figure well over 155,000. Boxcars, flat cars, stock cars, hoppers, reapers, and a good many other special types. They are moving over the rails all over the United States, Canada, and Mexico. While we are talking about owning things, don't overlook the thousands of buildings owned by the system. Some are tiny, and some are huge. There are stations and shops, towers and office buildings, all over the part of the country served by our railroad. Whether shanty or skyscraper, each plays its part in working on the railroad. Yes, this is all very fine, and I know just what you're thinking by this time. The $64 question. What good is all this property without you and me? Now you're talking. Frankly, it wouldn't be worth two hoops without people like us. Incidentally, we wouldn't be much good without all this equipment and property. Did you ever think of that angle? It takes tools to do a job, and somebody has to provide them for us. Here's a man who works for the New York Central. He is our president, keeps the system running. How would you like his responsibility on your shoulders? This seagoing railroader runs one of our tugs in New York Harbor. Ours is the largest railroad marine fleet in the world. Here's another fellow who has an important job. He makes friends for us by keeping our track in good shape. Not all railroaders are men. About 6,000 women. Different lines of work. This genial gentleman is in a vital spot. As manager of passenger transportation, it is his task to have trains ready when people want to go places. Maybe this job isn't as exciting as running an engine, but it is just about as important. Constant, careful maintenance keeps our trains running and running smoothly. The hand on the throttle is a big factor in keeping our shippers and passengers happy. Constant skill at this job can win us a good many friends. Very little happens that is not first planned on paper. That takes its own kind of skill and training. Our agents are very important in contact with the public and as our salesmen. They keep the dollars clinking in our till. If this man fails, our trains are tied up. He certainly helps to keep them rolling. Butchers on a railroad? Where can you find better ones? Our dining service knows how to win friends among the passengers. Service is a big word in our game. This is the kind that passengers really enjoy. The kind that makes passengers constant customers. You see how it goes. These are only a very few of the jobs and people who bring our railroad to life. Without them, the Central would be so much rusting steel. Each is important, and each is dependent on the other fellow. Yet the employee working behind the scenes is just as vital to the success of our business and to the job security of all of us as those who meet the public every day. You can talk about vital industries all you want, but none can beat the railroad for being really important to the nation. Most of the basic industries like coal mining, steel making, and a good many others just couldn't exist without the mass transportation service we give them. There is hardly a raw material or a finished product which is not hauled by us at some stage of the game. We not only haul the goods, we haul the machines that make the goods. Our coal handling alone keeps business humming. Over 1 million carloads a year roll over the New York Central Rail. There is another job we do that is essential to this country of ours. It's moving the United States mail. Our rolling post offices handle thousands of tons each month. Letters, papers, and parcels ride on on the head end of our most important trains. Think of the part this plays in keeping industry alive. Yes, we make modern industry possible, but it is a dual proposition. Their prosperity is our prosperity. As long as these plants are operating, they use what we have to sell. They pay us money. They buy from our other customers, and that means better business all the way around. This money they pay us is for value received. That means good, dependable service. Whether it's in a coach, diner, or boxcar, we've got to make that service good and very good. It must please our customer, whether he is a vacationer or a shipper. Our railroad contributes to the welfare of the country in another way. The taxes we pay give our communities a sizable income. As a matter of fact, part of our tax money is paid to communities where we have no station or service of any kind. The more business we have, the more we contribute to the well-being of the area where our railroad operates. The money we spend for supplies is staggering. We shop for an amazing variety of products, and our purchasing department spent more than $170 million for supplies in a recent typical year. Lumber, oil, dishes, water, and 1,001 other items are purchased every day. It brings trade to our territory. It keeps money circulating where it can be spent on our railroad. That money goes to work creating more traffic for us, more jobs for us. People also are important to us. Our trains make it possible for Americans to enjoy the finest transportation in the world. When they travel, it means more business for all our other customers. We all know that courteous, efficient passenger service helps to bring us much of our freight. Most people like to travel on a train, and to protect our own jobs, we must make them keep on liking it. What about the future? What do we hope to do? How will it affect us? We want more freight and more passengers. We can get that business, and we can give the service that people want and need. There's a tremendous amount of income ready to be picked up and put to work. New industries located on our line. Greater expansion in the cities we serve. More people working and more supplies needed. It forms a snowball that gathers size and speed as we work together. People stayed home during the years of World War II because it wasn't easy or popular to travel. Many of them saved money with the idea of taking trips when things got better. Well, things are better now, and they are making those trips. The question is, how many of them can we get to ride on our train? There are other ways to travel, and the air, bus, and steamship lines also want the business. And they are working hard to get it. It's up to us, all of us. One of our jobs is to figure out how to get more loads for our freight cars. We've got to keep a steady stream going into these cars and rolling over our railroads in order to keep us at work. That's a responsibility we all have to share. All the agreements and contracts in the world won't mean a thing unless the business keeps on coming. As an example of what is in store for us,
The American Express trains were made by Amtrak in the United States of America. This locomotive with food and drink are available on the American Express new American Express train, or food and drink are available. This is American Express conductor Mike. The new American Express locomotive will be in service soon. Amtrak will build all the American Express trains each 2 for 5 years and deliver to Newcastle Port and Australia.
we will help to build them, and we will serve them after they are in operation. Vast areas of new homes are developing, and these activities need what we have to offer. Again, we will continue to serve. passengers and shippers. At this point, you're probably wondering how we're going to get all this business.
The Mike Express trains were made by Amtrak in the United States of America. It is recommended for food and drink are available on the Mike Express new Mike Express train or food and drink are available. This is Mike Express Conductor Mike. The new Mike Express locomotive will be in service soon. Amtrak will build all the Mike Express trains each year for 5 years and deliver to Newcastle Port and Australia.
Constituted the largest order for passengers.